information and drain all the money out of your account using Cashapp. The very first time that I was exposed to this type of fraud was when I watched my friend get robbed for $7,000 by a scammer who was using Cashapp to transfer money out of his bank account. We were sitting in the car chilling, smoking, listening to music, and all of a sudden he gets a notification from Bank of America that Cashapp had charged his card for $1,000. So the first thing he does, he goes to Cashapp, no transactions. Then he goes to the Bank of America app, and before he can even get the app open, the notification, and another notification. And by the time he actually gets the app open, $4,000 is gone from his Bank of America. $4,000. So he immediately calls Bank of America, and by the time he gets to speak to an actual person, the scammer had already transferred $7,000 out of his account, and there was nothing that he could do about it. So he's on the phone with the banker going back and forth trying to keep his cool, but the banker's being slow about everything. And then they start going back and forth, conversation gets heated, you know how it goes. And so by the end of the conversation, all the banker can tell him is that we're going to open a case for all these transactions to make sure they weren't you, and we might be able to reimburse your money, we might not. So he gets off the phone and he's pissed. It takes him over 2 weeks to finally get the bank to reimburse him the money. But here's the catch. The scammer still got away with the $7,000. So the $7,000 that the bank reimbursed him with came out of the bank's insurance policy. So the scammer still won. The scammer still got away with $7,000. So that got us to talking and wondering, how are they doing this? How are scammers making this kind of money? And the things that we learned completely changed our life forever. In this video, I'm going to be explaining how scammers are making anywhere from $65 to $70K a month using Cashapp to transfer money off of stolen debit and credit card information. $60 to $75K a month, easy light work. Now, this video is for educational purposes only. I don't condone any illegal activity. I'm not encouraging YouTube. I'm just letting y'all know what's going on out here so that y'all don't become a victim like my friend did. So that y'all can protect yourself against frauds and scams. This only takes 3 simple steps for a scammer to do. Only 3 simple steps, and a scammer can make anywhere from $2,000 to $5,000 a day stealing money off of stolen debit and credit card information. But before we get into this video, I need to do a giveaway. Every single video, I'm giving away $2,000 to one of the people who watch the video, comment, and join my Telegram channel. The winner for the last video was Amanda. I already DM'd you and got your PayPal information. I'm about to send you your bread right now. If you want the full information for the next giveaway for this video, make sure you watch this video all the way to the end. Once again, it's only 3 simple steps, and I only want to send $2,000 to someone who watched the video all the way to the end. And Amanda, I just sent you your money. Congratulations. Thanks for supporting the channel. If you want to be entered in the next giveaway and you want the details, make sure you watch the video to the end. I'm giving the details at the end. With that being said, let's jump right into it. But before we get into this video, I'm going to go ahead and get this giveaway knocked out. The winner for the last giveaway was Amanda. I already DM'd you, got your PayPal information. I'm about to send you your bread right now. And with that being said, let's jump right into this. Credit card fraud is at an all-time high right now. It only takes a scammer less than 15 minutes once they have some stolen debit and credit card information to transfer anywhere from $2,000 to $5,000 using Cashapp. Step 1. Stealing your card details and personal information. In order for any of this to work, a scammer needs stolen debit and credit card information. And there's several different ways that a scammer can steal credit and debit card information, but the most popular way for a beginner level scammer to get stolen debit and credit card information is to buy them from a scammer who already has the equipment and software and the experience. So basically a beginner level scammer is going to buy them from a scammer who's advanced, who has the software, equipment, setups, phishing sites, etc. to steal stolen debit and credit card information or to steal credit card information in bulk. The scammer goes, they hits up their vendor, they buy some credit and debit card information, but if a scammer is going to be using them on Cashapp, the debit card information because it's Cashapp, they need to make sure it comes with the social security number and date of birth so that they can verify the Cashapp account. And that brings us to step 2, setting up the Cashapp account. In order to transfer money off of the debit card, obviously they're going to need to set up a Cashapp account. But they can't just use their personal information for obvious purposes. They have to use the information that's on the debit card. And in order to transfer money off of the debit card, if you've ever used Cashapp before, you know that it asks you for stuff like the social security number and date of birth, which is why it's important when the scammer is buying card information from another scammer who's stealing the information in bulk. They need to make sure that the card information that they're getting is coming with the date of birth and social security number so that they can verify the Cashapp account. Now, when the scammer's setting up the Cashapp account, it's pretty self-explanatory. They're just going to use the victim's information. When they're asked for the debit card, they're going to put in the victim's debit card information. Once the scammer has verified the Cashapp account, Cashapp will now let them transfer funds off of the debit card. Now, sometimes on rare occasions, Cashapp will ask the scammer to upload ID, but there's ways around that. But for the purposes of this video, I don't want this video to get taken down, and also I don't want to knock anyone's hustle or ruin anything that scammers have going on. But if you want to know how scammers are getting past the ID verification, join my Telegram channel. Go to our shop, click the product that says Cash App Kit, watch the video, thank me later. Now that the scammer has completely verified the account, got past the ID verification, now they have a completely verified Cash App account that they can transfer money off of the debit card with. And that takes us to step 3, transferring the money. The first thing that the scammer is going to try, similar to like when my friend got here, is they're going to try for $1,000. When the $1,000 goes through, they're going to go for another $1,000, then another $1,000. And they're going to keep doing this until the card declines. Once the card declines, since the Cash App is fully verified, they can send it to any account. Most of the time, they just send it to their personal account and cash out the funds. If they want it to be completely untraceable, they can buy Bitcoin with all the money that's in the balance and send it to any Bitcoin wallet anywhere around the world. However, either way, Cash App doesn't investigate this kind of fraud. They just tell you, make sure that you don't give out your card information to people so that it doesn't happen. But when it does happen, they don't investigate this kind of fraud. So if the scammer wanted to send it to their personal account, they're going to 100% get away with the money and they're not going to get caught every single time. But if the scammer just wanted to be completely untraceable, they could buy Bitcoin and send it to another account. Either way, but there you have it. This is how scammers are making $65 to $75K a month using Cash App to transfer money off of stolen debit and credit card information. And here's a little side note. When it comes to credit card fraud with the bank and debit card fraud with the bank, they're not investigating anything under $50,000. They're just going to reimburse the customer, give them back their money. But anything that's under that is a petty loss. $5,000 is nothing to the bank. $5,000 is nothing to the feds. A lot of people don't know this, but in order to investigate a $5,000 loss, it's going to cost the feds more than $5,000, way more than $5,000 to actually investigate it. So that being said, they're not worried about any of the petty stuff that's on Cash App, all these little PayPals, anything under 50. The feds and the bank, they don't care about it. It's a petty loss. Also, all banks have insurance to cover these type of losses, so it's nothing to them. When they get the loss, they report it to their insurance, the customer gets reimbursed, as simple as that. And so with that being said, with this loophole, scammers are making lots and lots of money. Now, this video is for educational purposes only. I'm not encouraging you to go do any illegal activity. Scamming is bad. If you have less than $1 million to your name, then I wouldn't recommend that you try scamming. It's not a good thing to do. This video is for educational purposes only. And there you have it. If a scammer wants to make $2,000 to $5,000 in less than 5 minutes, they only have to follow those 3 steps. Now, for the giveaway that I talked about at the beginning, every video until I reach 1,000 subscribers, every single video, I'm sending $2,000 to one of the first 100 people to comment, like this video, and join my Telegram channel. If you're on TikTok, Instagram, or